I'm recording this video for the second time. I've just recorded all of it. I did a 19-minute video talking about Joshua Zirkzee, talking about Kobbie Mainoo, talking about Lucas Paqueta. Went on different tangents, talking about the composition of the midfield. And I hadn't switched the microphone on. Oh, dear. So anyway, here I am again. I'm going to do it again. I don't think I've got 19. I haven't managed to do 19 minutes again. Anyway, the reason I'm talking about all those players is because Fabrizio Romano has done an update today. He's gone West Ham transfer mad, basically. I don't know why so many West Ham stories in his roundup. Anyway, Mainoo, Zirkzee, Paqueta. We'll start with Mainoo because I've got to be honest with you. He was a player who I'd sort of forgotten about. Not sort of, I had forgotten about him because he's only 20, right? But he seems like he's been on the scene for so long. Burst onto the scene at sort of 17, played really well for Man United. His first couple of games for England was brilliant. I mean, people were talking about him as he's going to be the heartbeat of the England team for years and years and years. When I say I forgot about him, I mean, the last couple of England games I watched, I was looking at it thinking, I wonder where Jude Bellingham gets into this team. I wonder if Jack Grealish should be drafted back in. I wonder if Phil Foden will. Morgan Rogers was playing well, of course. Not at any point did I even remember that Kobbie Mainoo existed. That's how much he's sort of dropped off a cliff in my awareness, so to speak. But when West Ham were linked with him, I thought, oh, yes, this I can see. Now, it's very, very important to look at any players we're linked with through the generalised optics, if you want, of the whole season rather than the team that just beat Newcastle. Because if you just look at it from Newcastle and onwards, you might look and think West Ham have got no problems. The centre-backs are playing well, so we don't need one of those. The midfield, he's found a combination of midfield. We don't need any midfielders and so on and so forth. You might conclude that we need a striker, but you just can't do that, right? Because there's a lot of things wrong with West Ham. And when Espirito Santo came into the club, one of the things he did target was and highlighted, we need a box-to-box midfielder. That can't change just because we beat Newcastle, just because we got a midfield that looks like it'll work. We're not going to get through the season with 3 competent midfielders. And the truth of the matter is we just don't know if Magassa can play at this level yet or whether he will take a season to bed in. We just don't know. What we do know is that we're going to need someone who can definitely perform in the Premier League. And I think you're going to get that with Kobbie Mainoo. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not suggesting that we should throw the baby out with the bathwater with our midfield. If Mainoo signed today, I wouldn't put him in the team for Burnley at the weekend. I'd keep the midfielders as Potts, Fernandes and Paqueta. But I still think we should go out and get one of those players because that is what the manager has deemed that we need. Now, the interesting thing is Romano has said that West Ham have guaranteed him minutes. So West Ham are interested in Mainoo, so are Napoli. Now, I don't know the situation with Napoli. I don't know whether Napoli can guarantee him minutes. But this is one of those loan deals where I look at it and I think, well, actually, this is one of the few that can make sense from all parties' perspectives, unlike the Evan Ferguson one, which didn't seem to suit West Ham, Brighton or the player. I think this would tick all 3 boxes. I think it suits West Ham because for the reasons I just gave, we're in need of reinforcements, particularly pace and energy, and he certainly brings that. I think it's good for Manchester United because they get a player playing games, which he's just not getting much game time at the moment, and suits the player himself with the World Cup coming up, right? So I think it just makes absolute sense. With a guaranteed game... Sorry, not guaranteed game time, guaranteed minutes. I don't want to misquote Romano. Who, let's be fair, he's the top guy, right? In terms of football transfers, ITK, globally, he's the top guy. In fact, my boy is playing FIFA. That's a mime for playing FIFA. They don't know. You want to use that technique, you win games doing that. I've got FIFA, snooker, darts. I've got all the mimes, right? But anyway, he's playing FIFA. And popped up at Fabrizio Romano. Here we go. As part of like the transfer process when you're in career mode for signing players. He's made a big name for himself, right? Big name for himself. And I think he got a lot wrong particularly in the summer with West Ham transfers. In fact, almost everything he said he got wrong. But he's also had a lot right in his time. So is there interest in Kobbie Mainoo? Look, who knows? But if we're guaranteeing him minutes, I think that's very different to guaranteeing him starts or whatever. And I think he would get minutes at West Ham. So that one makes sense. So yes, please, in terms of that one. Joshua Zirkzee, that's a little more different. That is a little more different, but it's not going to take too long to discuss that because, I mean, the real big one I want to discuss is Paqueta. But let's just deal with Zirkzee first. In fact, before we deal with Zirkzee, can I please take a moment of your precious and valuable time to plug our Patreon channel, please? I say Patreon channel, it is our third Hammers Chat channel, basically. You get loads of extra stuff on there, like player ratings, breakfast show, naked podcast. We are clothed for that, but we talk about things other than West Ham. We have got a behind the scenes. We've got a Babbling Irons. We've got See You Next Tuesday podcast. We've got giveaways. We're giving away a Freddie Potts signed shirt soon. We give away prizes every single month. Good prizes as well. Loads of our patrons won prizes. But we don't want you to join for the prizes and we don't want you to join for the videos. That's just extra Brucey bonus stuff. We'd love you to join to support Hammers Chat, basically, because alongside our wonderful sponsors like ETC Sports and you lovely people watching these annoying adverts, without Patreon, we wouldn't be able to carry on going. And that's the truth of the matter. We've obviously looked at next season and thought, what does that look like? Will we be able to do this as a job anymore if West Ham are in the Championship? If we did, and to be fair, we weren't even sure, Patreon would be a big part of that. Now, you can give it a free trial. You can look at the link in the description below. There's a link. We can follow the link to Hammers Chat Patreon or just Google Hammers Chat Patreon. Hammers Chat Patreon. I should probably say that. We basically rely on the support to be able to do free videos on this channel and on the main channel. We rely on support from our patrons. There's several different tiers. The lowest tier is only £3.60 a month. And obviously, the higher you go up in the tiers, the more prizes you win and the more content you get, right? But yeah, we'd really appreciate it. That's not £3.60 plus the VAT. That's just £3.60. I'm not. Do you ever notice people break everything down in terms of a cup of coffee? I'm not going to do that for you. I just did, I guess. It's £3.60. We'd really appreciate it. Links in the description below. Joshua Zirkzee. He's never really been prolific. He's certainly not been prolific since he went to West Ham United. It's another one. Romano said, yeah, West Ham are after this guy. I think he'd be better than what we've got. Well, we ain't got a lot. Let's be fair. We got an injured striker who don't want to play for West Ham, in Niclas Füllkrug, and we got another striker who's probably not up to the rigours of Premier League football. Then we got some young strikers. What we don't have is anyone that's sort of guaranteed to perform. And I don't think Zirkzee's necessarily guaranteed to perform. But if it's a case of nobody or Zirkzee, I'd take Zirkzee. But where this is, and I have looked back at his career, and I did it about a month or so ago when we first linked to him. I didn't look at it and think I saw anything that was overly prolific. Certainly given the choice between Ivan Toney and Zirkzee, with no competition. One of them is prolific goal scorer, one of them isn't. But people say, he brings a little bit more. He's got quite good pace. He's a good size. He would physically, I guess, engage with central defenders. But what I've been told, whether this is true or not, I don't know, that West Ham are actually looking for more of a winger-type striker, somebody who can play across the front three, someone who can stretch opposition defences from back to front and side to side, basically. I don't think that's a technical. I don't think that gets used on the tactical roundup. Let's put it that way. So yeah, I can take it or leave it. This one. The interesting thing, what Romano said though, and where it all ties it all together, and this was in conjunction with a possible move for Zirkzee, is that possibly there could be a deal to be made because Man United want Paqueta. Hold on a second. No way. No way. Paqueta is so important to West Ham staying up. And I'm not going to get all indignant and offended about this because I don't think that West Ham are going to sell Lucas Paqueta to Manchester United in this transfer window. So I just don't think... I don't think Nuno will sanction it. Nuno really likes him. Gave it all the motivational stuff, didn't he, before the last game? Lucas Paqueta, we got to get him playing. He wears the symbolic number 10 shirt. And he went out into that game with his chest puffed out, Paqueta. To be fair, they all did. They all did. I don't know yet, as I've not got enough evidence. He's done 5 games so far. 1 win, 1 draw, and 3 losses. And 2 of those losses, he went a bit crazy with the old tactics and the selection. I don't have enough evidence to sort of judge him tactically yet. But I hope he's better than Graham Potter tactically, right? What I do know almost immediately is he's a better man manager. He's more motivational than Graham Potter. You can see that. To lift those players who look like they did not want to even feature or play for West Ham against Leeds, to the group of band of brothers who were fighting and scrapping for every ball against Newcastle, was quite impressive. And I do believe his rousing speech that he gave about Paqueta, I think that had an effect as well. So I think he's got the man management side. I suspect we'll see the best of Paqueta under Nuno, and for that reason, just forget it. We cannot sell him to Man United. Man United are willing to buy Paqueta if the price is right. There's no right price for Paqueta, because what's the price for getting relegated and the loss of revenue? Well, that's massively high, and they're not going to. What is it? They're not going to pay a few $100 million for him. If we're going to stay up, Lucas Paqueta will be a part of it. I'm quite sure of that. We don't have too many guaranteed players. Paqueta's one of them. Bowen's another. Wan-Bissaka, hammer of the year last year, looked like... Well, he possibly was close to getting 2 assists, let's be honest. Never mind 1 assist, or whatever you want to call the own goal. Is that an assist? I guess it is. He's a proven Premier League performer and our best player last year. Bowen and Paqueta, they don't have anything to prove when they're at their best. They are... Well, they're not Premier League match winners, they're European match winners. I'd also throw Thomas Souček instead, but I don't really want to see Souček starting in the team. But he is a proven Premier League performer, and if he can stay on the bench, and I've no doubt, I've said this for some time, so Thomas Souček has his part to play this season. He is a goal scorer. But we don't have too many, and Lucas Paqueta's one of them. So you don't sell players like that. And the fact that they might want him is neither here nor there. I just don't think we're going to sell him. So irrespective of what Romano says, I certainly don't want to see Paqueta involved in some deal with some loan swap for Zirkzee. No, thank you very much. I think he's brilliant, and I think he's going to continue to be brilliant. And there are a lot of contenders. Funny, I've talked about Patreon. We did our player ratings, which we always do after every game. We do a player ratings show. And there were a lot of high numbers in the player ratings. And I thought there were 5 or 6. There were 5 or 6 people I probably wouldn't have argued if you'd have said they were man of the match. And it was good that Freddie Potts got his bottle. I was going to say bottle of bubbly. You don't get bottle of bubbly, do you? What is it? A little flask? Got a little flask of tea or something? I don't know. I think it might be aftershave. Player of the match. He's got the yellow aftershave. Like Pess and Peckham spring water or something. I don't know. Anyway, beautiful story. He got man of the match. Lovely. Got no argument with that at all. I think it was a close thing, but for me, I thought our best player was Paqueta. And, just brilliant. I thought he was magnificent. And I think he's going to continue to be magnificent. I'll tell you what, if we keep on putting, all of our team 7s, 8s or 9s out of 10, we won't have any worries. You don't sell him. You don't sell a player like that. You just don't. I understand he's going to go at the end of the season. We've been told. He's told us. He's told you. He's told me. On Instagram, crossed hammers, we go for 1 more season. He's told us. Might not like it, but he's told us. Okay, fine. But I don't feel that he's pushing for a move in this window. I don't. I don't think the club will sell him either. So I don't believe that from Romano. So that's a load of nonsense. Right, I'm going to love you and leave you now. Thank you for your time, as ever. I haven't got the full 19 minutes in me. I think I exhausted myself on that first highly energetic video. And I've not had anything to eat today. Do you know what? I had the nicest yesterday. I had the nicest Cornish pasty I've had for a long, long time. I got lost. My sat-nav went crazy, actually. I got lost. And it was I'm sure this happens, one of those times I actually only had 3 miles. The van was telling me I had 3 miles of fuel left in it. Oh, no. So, in the end, I managed to find... I was in a place called Burfield. And it took me in the wrong... I was actually quite near Reading Stadium, right? So you see the Medeski's... That's not Medeski's. The car leasing stadium now has that big windmill there. Oh, oh no, I got 3 miles of fuel. In the end, I managed to find a petrol station. I mean, I must have been here on fumes, right? I found a bakery. I don't know why I'm telling you this. The pasty was beyond good. I thought, I'm going to stop. I thought, if I'm going to break down, I'm not going to be hungry. Oh, beyond beautiful pasty. Anyway, I've not eaten today. I'm starving. I'm going to make myself some poached eggs. Can't beat poached eggs, can you? Anyway, sorry, talk about food a lot, don't I? I'm not going to stretch this out to 90 minutes. I'm going to let you go. I've taken up far too much of your time already. So thank you very much for watching the video. As always, if you've not subscribed, would you check? Would you mind? I don't say it very often. Would you mind checking if you've subscribed? And if you haven't, press subscribe, please. It's not going to charge you anything. Press subscribe and press the bell next to it, because then you get a notification. Next time I do a video and I'm boring, you might not like it. You might think, you're boring me, mate, to be fair. All this pasty talk and running out of fuel. Oh, I don't want us to West Ham. I don't want to listen to all that. Yesterday's video was showing all the stuff that's hanging around on my girlfriend's workstation. Well, I'll show you some stuff here if you want. That's some spray for me glasses. This is a pack of Silka gel. I have a pen shaped like a fish. And I think I showed you the other day. Did I? Got a button. A button for a coin box on a pinball machine. There you go. Sorry, I'm sorry. I've taken up too much of your time. I've got to go.